next league today, playing some Steel Stompy. This is an artifact-based, kind of prison-y, aggressive deck. Uses, of course, it's a Chalice of the Void deck with some fast mana to power this out. We also have Ballistas and Ravagers to kill people quickly. So, if you want to play this deck for a while, it top-8'd GP Birmingham a few months back. Put up a good result there. This hand does nothing. Let's happily mull this. Okay, this is great. We've got we can land Revoker as some interaction depending on what they're playing. We've got a Lodestone Golem in a couple turns. It's kind of a slow hand, I guess, but... Ooh, Thorn is awesome. Alright, so we get to go Revoker into Skirge plus Thorn into Golem. What are we blind naming something with Revoker, or are we waiting on the Revoker to get more info? I'm kind of unsure on that. Very hard to know what to name with Revoker in the dark, now Deathrite Shaman's out of the format. I think I kind of want to get my 2-1 in play though. Makes the Thorn and Lodestone Golem much more threatening. So we don't care about Jace, because we're going to be playing a Thorn plus a Lodestone Golem. So we don't name Jace. I guess we're fairly soft to fair decks with this hand. We could name Stoneforge Mystic. I kind of like that. We're actually like fairly soft to a fair deck here. The unfair ones we're going to like check with our Thorn and stuff. I think I'm more scared of Stoneforge than Aether Vial from those sorts of decks. Also, more decks play Stoneforge. Now, I don't think I want to name LED. If they turn 1 us, then that's unfortunate, but once we untap and get a Thorn in play, I don't think we care about LED anymore. I think I just want to name Stoneforge in the dark here. Wait, oh fuck. That's brutal. Okay. Maybe name Jitte? That's kinda... I don't know how we beat a Batterskull is the problem. I think Batterskull is legitimately problematic for us. Like, obviously we can't really beat a Jitte very easily either, but... That's interesting. Oh my god. We were right. We were right to name Stoneforge, maybe? Looks like we might have been. Hopefully they're on a blue deck and not actual Death and Taxes, because I would like this Thorn of Amethyst to do something. Give us more of a shot here. Slow down their cantripping and such. Wasteland. Interesting. Whether you're less likely to beat a cast normally Jitte or a snuck-in Batterskull. Yeah. That's fair. I feel like both of those are unbeatable, if I'm being completely honest. Wastelands seem kind of rough for us. Tower of the Magistrate's also good against Baleful Strix, weirdly. Tower of the Magistrate is a nice one against Baleful Strix. Soul Land. Fuck. Alright. This is awkward. There have been a lot of Swords to Plowshares this game. I sure have. We just started, Fuzzy. We're in our first game of the league. It's not going great though. Opponent's about to get a battle score. Yeah. Any thoughts to Spyglass over Revoker? Not really. This is our first game of the league. I haven't really played the deck before. Wow. Right on time. I am willing to believe I cannot win this game anymore. They're about to put a battle score into play and then the game just ends. Let's just move on to the next one. Death and Taxes. What do we want against Death and Taxes? Spyglass seems nice. Another land just seems great. The Thorns are hot garbage. Jitte, yeah, Jitte is very good. For sure. We have Warping Wails to kill creatures as well. Those seem pretty decent. How do we feel about Ensnaring Bridge? I think Ensnaring Bridge is probably too weak to Flicker Wisp. Is the thing. I'm wondering about Bridge. I'm not sure if it's good or not. I am quite unsure. Oh, Karn could be... That's a good point. That's a good point. Maybe we could have beat Battleskull. I didn't think of Karn. I think we're still, like, very unlikely to win that game, though, in general. Do I want Bridges over Lodestone and a couple Chalices? I think they might be better. Honestly. Let's try this. That is true. We have ways to shut down Jitte though. We have 4 Revokers and 2 Spyglass. I think we just have enough bad cards in our deck that we can afford to bring in Bridge, even if though it's not great in the matchup. Like, I agree that Bridge isn't perfect, but I think we have enough bad cards that we can make the swap anyway. Sounds really close to good. And this hand gets to lose to its City of Traitors. I guess we're keeping though. Alright, I'm gonna bottom this. Because if they have swords, they get to cast it before we can draw Chalice anyway, and we kind of just want to find lands. I am playing Liverpool. I am 100% teaming with Nicholas Eck, who I've teamed with for a couple events now, and him and I get on really well, work well together. I don't know who my third teammate is, I still need to figure that out. Oh my god. Opponent has so many swords to plowshares. It is really upsetting. I guess I name Stoneforge again. If they go and fetch Jitte, I can name Jitte with the other one. Holy shit, Rishadan Port versus City of Traitors. That's approximately the most miserable thing I've ever seen. Kind of feel like I just have to start playing out lands now to overpower this. Even though I lose my city. It's like, obviously just feels awful. But I'm not going to win here with just, like, sitting with my one land in play and letting it get tapped every turn whilst I attack with a 2-1. I have to imagine this is basically the Nightmare matchup. It feels like they have a lot of tools that line up very well against us. Like, the mana denial feels really strong. Do we have a wastes? We do not have a wastes. Okay. I have no real opinion. Inject Helio. Not terribly invested in that particular... Oh my god, I meant to cast Hangarback. Oh well. I just suck. I'm on tilt. I am on tilt. Okay. This is fine. Everything is fine. I guess I now cannot beat an Umezawa, Jitte. So I have to name that. Yeah, I should have cast Hangarback Walker. It lets me start ticking it up whilst they port me. Everything is on fire. Oh my god. I should tell someone about that. Try and get it fixed. Yeah, obviously we want the Hangarback Walker in place so we can start ticking it up with they tap our land. Like, gives us an outlet for the spare mana. I don't know how we ever beat at Flickerwisp. If I'm being completely honest. I was well aware of that, Mike. I was considering not naming Jitte, since I figured one of the ways we conceivably win this game is by drawing Jitte. Was unsure about that one. Ash is leaving Charizard in the wild. What the fuck? Why would someone do that? That's so upsetting. I mean, that kind of plays. If opponent never draws a Flickerwisp or a Council's Judgment for the rest of the game, we now have a chance. Oh, never mind, I'm stupid. We're just dead. Cool. The realization dawned on me there. Oh yeah, I forgot they were doing that, Hug. I can trade a factory for a Crusader, that's true. That is something we have access to if need be. I mean, we need to draw another land to do that because of the Rishadan port, but... Right, I could block and ping Thalia. But then they just recast the Thalia. So it doesn't actually get the bridge down. We need to ping in our turn if we miss on the land drop. No, if we block ping, they Karakas the Thalia and recast her. I guess then we can ping the Thalia in our next turn if we brick on land, but don't know, doesn't seem amazing for us. Alright. So they get to recast her, but it uses up their turn. It means they're not porting us. Which means we can draw a land here. Fuck yes. Yeah, now we can cast a bridge for sure. This is what we needed. So we just need them to never draw a Flicker Wisp. If they never draw a Flicker Wisp, we can conceivably win this game. Or a Recruiter of the Guard. Yep. We get to chump block the Crusader. Oh. Okay, that one's good. We'll admit that one is good. We get to chump block Crusader. 2, 4, 6. Which we do want to do. Does it even matter? It puts us to 1, but it turns off Ancient Tombs. Yeah, I can Ballista the Relic Water, exactly. I figured that one out. Hey there, Marcus. Good to see you. I think I trumped the Crusader. I think the extra life actually matters. We have like Ancient Tomb in our deck and stuff. And Ballistas could maybe get us out of range of being killed. By like taking down some creatures. Alright, cast my Ballista. Boop. I guess it's technically correct to do this in the beginning of combat. Because then they can't Council's Judgment the bridge. So this Rishadan port has killed 2 City of Traitors, basically. It's currently been a 2-for-1 on a land that still makes mana. Which is kind of unreal. Yeah. I mean, we can make a Scion with that next turn, I guess. This is a straight... Oh, I need to update the title. Thank you. Thank you, Marcus. Excellent point. Well presented. We can't exile Thalia. There's a Karakas in play. So we might as well make the extra mana. Oh, fuck. That's a Wasteland. Okay. This bridge is really freaking hard for us to maintain against that deck. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It is quite problematic. Right, I need to just play lands out anyway. You're not sure how I even turn the corner on this? It probably involves drawing a Walking Ballista. If I draw a Walking Ballista and pair it with this Overseer, I have a chance. pump it 15 times. I mean, you only have to pump it a few times to, like, Plague Win them. I would say we are easily, like, 0.5% to win this game. Bold claim. Hey there, Nucleo. Good to see you. Alright. They tap the Ancient Tomb. Sure. Oh boy. Go into 1. Going to 1 life. Vault Skirge is kind of a good draw. It's kind of a good draw. It's not great, but it's something. Yeah, we get the life back next turn, exactly. Oh, they're bouncing Thalia, so they can... What does bouncing Thalia achieve? They were trying to cast a spell last turn and couldn't, but I don't know what that spell would be. I'm confused. You think I'd Overseer before Skirge? I kind of wanted the blocker back, but I was unsure about that. Uh-huh. Yeah, they wanted to keep port open. No, that makes sense. Yeah. 100%. 100% makes sense. Alright, I want to get an attack with Skirge this turn, so I'm not going to activate Overseer here. That's nice. Get to quarter their port. Attack Gideon. Don't know that we can really do much about Gideon is the thing. I could just attack their face instead. It's really unlikely I ever kill Gideon. I guess I could hold the land in hand and attack with my Vault Skirge again next turn. Is that crazy? I think I like that. So I kind of want to get the 2/2 factory out of play so a Ballista can maybe start dealing with their creatures. I didn't pump the team because I don't want to grow the Vault Skirge, because I need to be able to attack underneath the bridge. Alright, holding the land means I can attack with Vault Skirge again next turn. Only true trolls go underneath the bridge. This is a weird game. Never mind, we're dead. They're animating Gideon. So they've drawn a Flicker Wisp. Oh, they're just getting a loyalty. That makes sense. Yep. So they get to name Overseer now. They have to name Ballista though, right? They just lose the game to a Ballista. Oh, this is wild, Caius. This is wild. But I rather take one, or I get to pad out my life total with these Vault Skirge attacks. I think I just want to trade the Scion here. It loses me access to some mana, but... So tap the Ancient Tomb. Yep. I attack Gideon. And then I get to Wasteland their port. And then Gideon dies next turn. Alright, dead to Flickerwisp for the entire game, but we're kind of doing stuff very slowly. Why not attack base? If we draw a Ballista, we can actually start keeping their board under control. In which case, I don't want them being able to spew out ally tokens. I feel like Ballista is like one of the best ways for us to get back in this game, so I kind of want to play towards that potential draw, I think. That's also a good draw. That is also a good magic card. Jesus Christ. That is so good. Okay, we're probably like 2% to win the game now. It's climbing, it's climbing. We're getting there slowly. Hello? Oh no, there's a Thalia! Fuck! I hate everything. Fuck everything. Oh my god. Oh. Alright, alright. Give us a turn. Give us a turn. We'll get there. Soon. Soon. If we draw the other Karn now, we are in trouble. That's a good one. Not gonna lie. That is a strong card. They now have a Phyrexian Arena. The difference between their Phyrexian Arena and our Phyrexian Arena is that we can die to our Phyrexian Arena. Monarchy plus Ensnaring Bridge is a sweet combo. Yeah. Ballista. Oh my god. We just need like 2 turns. We just need like 2 turns here for the Ballista to take over. Ballista comes down, pings Revoker. We get to start ticking up Overseer. Come on, please. Just never draw a Flickerwisp. Just never ever draw a Flickerwisp. Opponent draws their entire deck without drawing a Flickerwisp. That's a good plan, Marcus. I like it. That's a good plan, and I like it. Second Bridge leaves us not dead to Flickerwisp. I think I'm just meant to get Ballista this turn, though, and get this going as soon as possible. I get to cast the Lotus Petal, so that's good. I can cast this to not die to Flickerwisp, but I think I am more likely to win the game if I get Ballista going. So, as soon as possible. At least their planes match. Kinda. More or less. They have a snow-covered plains. Because Death and Taxes players are crazy. So we get to go ping your Revoker. I'm not even sure it's 0.5%. It's probably like 1/100%. Realistically. Also, hey Aaron, good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. It's a very tiny, slightly bit upsetting. Yep, that sounds about right. Recruiter. If they had Recruiter, they'd have killed us. Why didn't they kill us last turn? Oh, they drew it in their end step. That makes sense. That's a problem. So this gets to block this. This gets to block this, ping both of these, and we die. Yeah? Yeah. We could have played the second bridge out there. I figured we were more likely to win this game, though, if we got the Ballista going as soon as possible. Rather than hoping they don't have 2 Flicker Wisps. Yeah, that sounds pretty great, Aaron. Sounds pretty great. Maybe they'll attack Karn. Maybe. They're not dying for an extra turn. Yeah, I just figure, like, the sooner we get Ballista going... I don't know. I feel like, even if we have a second bridge down, them having a single Flicker Wisp is still hard for us to beat, though, Caius, is the thing. Because, like, we're relying on Walking Ballista to, like, start taking control of that game. And realistically, we need, like, a couple turns of taking up Ballista and getting value out of it. And, like, Flicker Wisp just Flame Tongue Carvu's Ballista. Alright, turn 1 Lodestone. Sneak. Basically playing Vintage here. Alright, I'll keep that as well. Did someone say Vintage? I mean, this is basically Vintage, right? We're just missing 4 important cards. Four important lands. Alright. They're convinced. We convinced them. Cool. If I made a donation, would I play Vintage? I would in fact play Vintage. I could actually probably fit that in today even. After this league. But I would definitely play some Vintage. You're happy to loan me Vintage cards? I'm hoping I can rent them off Card Hoarder. But if I can't, then I would happily take up that offer, Nucleo. Thank you. So we're assuming they're on, like, a Delver deck in the dark, right? I guess we don't know that. They could be on any blue deck. So what do we want against generic blue deck? What cards are bad against generic blue deck? I kind of want Karn against generic blue deck. And I guess Revokers are not great against, like, most of the blue decks. The leagues don't fire quickly. That's not the end of the world. I feel like Revokers are pretty bad against most of the blue decks unless they're on, like, specifically Storm. I can probably trim a couple to hedge, and then, like, we can tune our deck more once we know, like, are 100% certain what they're playing. I do think I want the second Karn in the dark against a Brainstorm deck. Just to, like, help play a long game. Overpower counter magic with threats. Ooh, this hand's nice. Jeez. Got the Chalice, got the Thorn. Just fire this off to start with. They have Bloodstained Mire would... Them having Bloodstained Mire was almost making me think Storm. I guess this means they're probably on, like, Grixis control. Though. The Force of Will. Oh, wow. Aggressive. Alright. Deal. I am so excited for when we get the extra emote slots and I get to make have our surgical extraction emote. This is gonna be delightful. They're on Shadow. Huh. Because they have a Watery Grave. That's exciting. Also we're in trouble. Surgical extraction emote. Yeah, it's gonna be a Phyrexian mana symbol with a question mark. So every time someone surgical extractions you, you can just, or surgical extractions me, people can just be like, huh? Because like there are some wild surgical extractions that happen. We've had people like surgical our lightning bolts on stream before. Yeah, people bring it in for any reason. So. I don't know. I thought it was kind of a cute idea, and a couple people in chat like really liked it. So you're sure that Aaron's? Oh my god, that sounds about right. Nuclear. Had your Ponders surgical the other day? Alright. Well, we need to draw some lands, I suppose. One day we'll draw a land. Yeah, for sure. Like, the legacy dredge decks are just, like, really threat light compared to the other dredge decks, which can make it kind of rough. Especially considering like Surgical sees a lot more play in Legacy than any other format as well. Because of the reanimated decks. Interesting. I kind of want... Thorn almost doesn't do much anymore is the thing. I kind of want to get down my Overseer and start like growing things instead. Like, Thorn's probably still fine, but they've got 2 lands in play and all their spells are like 1 mana. So I think I just want to get Overseer going first. Just like start gaining counters. So we can make things bigger than a Gurmag Angler. That's true. If we went Thorn and then like play another Thorn or Lodestone next turn, that would be very hard for them to beat. That is true. I do love with Lantern there are like matchups where legitimately game 1 you just blind Pithing Needle fetch lands and cross your fingers. It's so great. Yeah, this is looking decent, Nuclear. I guess I want to lead on Ravager before Ballista, because Ballista can't kill things very well anyway in this matchup. We can start growing the Ravager, get more counters on it. I guess I want to do it in their upkeep, because I want the counters on the Ravager in case they go to kill the Ravager for some weird reason. That's true, they leave themselves really low on life so they can die to Ballista easily. Yeah, Lantern is a weird deck. Like, Some of the lines of it are just wild. Completely opposite to what you'd do with any other deck. Alright, start leveling up our team. I have to assume it's going to be fairly hard for us to lose this one. We'll see, but... This is a Gurmag Angler? Oh, Fatal Push. Okay. Fatal Push is good. That gives them a chance. Getting the Overseer off the board is really important here. Right. Do you think we'd be in more trouble right now if they didn't have Surgicals in their deck? Your first modern GP was GP Pittsburgh. You brought Brick Grix's twin. But did you face Lantern like 3 times? Nucleo? That sounds dreamy. Sounds like a treat, one might say. You faced Lantern literally 3 times. I kind of want to Fawn into Fawn. Then next turn Lodestone just shuts off all their garbage. The alternative is I go Fawn plus Ballista. Then I threaten to just kill them if they make the shadow too big, which is nice. Kind of unsure on this one. I think getting Ballista in play is just very threatening though. If they ever deal damage to themselves, they die on the spot to this, pretty much. Oh, we can make this a 2-2 and ping. I'm so stupid. I just don't know how magic works. Could have made this a 2-2 and pinged this, and then the game would be over. Never mind. Never mind. Alright, I guess I just passed the turn. I should probably have done that, but now that we're heading down this road, I don't think it's correct anymore. Like, I think Ballista for 2 was, like, easily the best play, but now that we're doing have done something else, I don't think it's correct anymore. Because if they ever attack with the shadow, they leave themselves dead anyway, so, like, it's not like they can pressure us with it very much. Yeah, I find all the Grixis decks in Modern so hard to beat with Lantern. The Grixis Shadow matchup is, like, close, but anything Grixis control you can just never beat. Yeah, they Surgical Chalices and Overseers. We can force them to jump for the Ballista next turn, if we want. Which is kind of great. I'll just lock them out of playing spells for the rest of the game. I guess that works too. So we make this a 4/4. This dies in combat. Golem plus waste them sounds dreamy. It does. I'm unsure if I meant to go for the kill is the thing. Like, force them to chump. I guess if I waste plus Golem and I go for the kill and they block, then they can't cast Fatal Push anymore, right? They can't actually physically cast Fatal Push anymore. That makes sense. And then they die the turn after. They just need like a chump blocker every turn for the rest of the game. You cannot force of will this Lodestone Golem, friend. There is a Thorn of Amethyst in play. And if I sack the Thorn, they can snuff out. True. They also need to deal with the Lodestone too, though. I think this is good. So attack with both. I think I want to make this a 5/5. I could just make it a 4/4. If I make it a 4/4, I can pump it next turn to kill them, so they're still just dead next turn. And we get to keep the Thorn in play, that's legit. Yeah, 4/4 is fine, I think I agree. Yeah, I agree, giving them mana seems kind of bad. Death Shadow plus Ancient Tomb, oh my god. I tried a Death Shadow plus Caves of Koilos in Modern once. I made Black White Eldrazi Shadow. It was actually surprisingly playable, but a big part of the problem was that Caves of Koilos was actually really awkward, because you'd reach a point in the game where you physically couldn't make coloured mana anymore sometimes, because you were like hurting yourself for Death Shadow. It got really weird. Alright, I'm gonna head to the bathroom a sec before we hop into the next one. Back in a moment. Should put up the ad screen momentarily whilst I do this. I'll actually remember to take it down this time when I get back. What? Oh. First response. Yeah, I know about first response. That story is very silly, though. I don't know the exact story word by word, but, like, I've heard the story before. I actually, a few years back, I proxied up Death Shadow plus Plunge into Darkness plus Spoils of the Vault plus Angel's Grace, etc. And you just try and like make a 30/30 shadow and fling it at your opponent's face, and it was great. It was horrifically janky. You used Spellskite as well to like randomly make your shadow like a 12/12 out of nowhere. Rite of Consumption. Rite of Consumption. We've not played against Miracles yet. Nope. assume this hand's not good enough. We don't have a Soul Land or a Chalice or anything. Seems like very fair, kind of mana light. In the dark we mull this. There are matchups where we'd keep this, I assume, but okay, this has to be keep on 6. If we untap on our second turn, this hand is very strong. Playing Factory kind of gives away what we're doing, which isn't the best. Alright. Delver. That's rude. Oh my god, so punished for not playing out Wasteland. Jeez. We could have cast Chalice and Wastelanded them. I really want this Chalice to resolve. I think I'm playing around days. I'm just sucking up the 2 damage. It's going to be awkward taking 2 damage versus Delver, but if Chalice resolves, it's going to be absurd. So I think it's worth it. We just need to find an answer to this Delver now, and we're in a good position. Okay. Wasteland's strong. They have a Force in hand, so like our first answer to the Delver's not going to work. Which, you know, not ideal. But a lot of their cards don't do anything at the moment because of the Chalice. If we draw a Ballista, that threatens to kill the Aberration. Revoker gives us a clock. It's not actually terrible. Would we rather Wasteland them to stop them getting down True Name? Or start growing a Factory with the Overseer? I think I'd rather start growing a Factory. I think a True Name is going to be pretty hard to beat this game, honestly. Because like trying to keep them off a 3rd land forever just sounds like a nightmare. Obviously they don't have access to cantrips, which makes it like more favourable for us, but I don't think it matters what we name. The only thing I could even seen in Delver decks I could think to name is Liliana, but that's sideboard. It doesn't do anything here. We can't name lands. I guess I'm just going to name Grim Lava Monster. Doesn't do anything. Literal every card is irrelevant. No, they can't cast Grim Lava Monster. Yeah, I could waste their dual land, and I think that's like a legitimate play. But I think I want to grow my Mishra's Factories instead. Because I think we cannot beat a True Name this game. I think it's like probably just bad of us to even try to. Just because we have to race this Aberration, and that's going to involve growing the Factories. Alright, this is bad news. So they have the True Name to punish us. Yeah, they only have 2 True Names in their deck too, right? So playing around a True Name's probably unreasonable from that perspective. Like obviously they had one here, but they only have 2 True Names in their deck, and they have no access to cantrips due to the Chalice. So the chance of them even having this True Name was so low. But we're now dead. Because they have Force in hand. That's a problem. Yeah. This feels not ideal, Nucleo. You're not wrong. True Name Nemesis is kind of messed up. Yeah, they're only attacking the Aberration here because they know we're dead on board next turn. That's very sensible of them. Why not attack for 4? How do we attack for 4? If we attack with the Revoker, it dies in combat, so we only get to attack with a factory. And then they just block the factory. Alright. Alright. We are dead. Well, that's a sad game to lose. I was going to wasteland them and keep True Name off board. I think we probably still lose that race. Certainly closer. So Bridge seems good, an extra land seems good. Revokers seem like the hottest of garbage. No worries, Injectilio. Happy to answer. Jitte seems great. Warping Wail might be good too, just to like kill a Delver. There's a very small window to kill a Delver though. I actually don't think I like the sound of this. I'm kind of interested in these things. I don't know what they would be over. Like, all of this stuff is great. All of this stuff is great. Fawns are great. I guess Fawns aren't amazing. They're pretty good, though. We could trim, like, a Fawn or two, especially with us bringing in bridges. They really punish the cantrips. Is the only thing. It's kind of awkward because Karn's a nice thing to be sitting on when we have a bridge in play, right? So like having no Karns in the deck is awkward from that position. You know what, Fawns are good against them, but they aren't amazing. I think I'm going to bring in the Karns, just from the perspective of, like, the Karn plus bridge plan feels kind of legit. And, like, Karn soaks up a lot of damage whilst, like, helping you hit your land, hit your resources and stuff. Dig for the right resources. Alright, I think this is a keep. Obviously doesn't get to cast the Chalice till turn 2. But we get out of Vault Skirge on turn 1, which can start gaining us some life. And the Mox Opal is like kind of decent once we get another artifact down. Ooh, I really want to cast Chalice, but they missed their land drop. So a bit of me also just wants to, like, wasteland them into oblivion. Or not miss their land drop, but they didn't cast anything turn 1. They didn't, like, cast a cantrip, you know? So we do an upkeep in case they have Stifle. No, they didn't cast a cantrip, they didn't cast the Delver. So I think we just want to cut them off mana here. Make things awkward for them. And then this turn we can try and stick Chalice. If they have to daze it, then that's like another turn of like just being set back on mana. Whilst the Vault Skirge gets to like buff out our life total a bit. Wow, it resolved. Do they have an Abrade in hand, maybe? Because that resolving is really surprising. That might mean they have a Abrade. if they let the Chalice hit play. Alright, so I want to Ravager first. Because this forces them to abrade the Chalice if they have abrade, otherwise we get a counter out of the deal. Nice, okay. So I can either Wasteland them or get another Chalice into play. If they have a true name, we've got Bridge. So true name isn't the scariest thing in the world. I don't know that I need to Wasteland them, but I probably still want to. You'd say we'd waste Bulk. That's reasonable. That still lets them cast Gurmy. But it gets them very close to casting Gurmy. It is a weird thing to force, I agree. I don't know, I think I still just want to kill the sea because of Gurmag Angler. I think if they have a braid, they just get to cast it now anyway. I guess we can try and kill all 3 volcanic islands. That's legit. Alright, that's the reason we go after Volk. We're already through 1 Volk. So now, like, they only have 1 Volk left in their deck. Yeah. Them waiting on this is interesting. I guess it stops us getting another one in play this turn. But it also gave us access to the Mox Opal mana. Kind of terrified about this getting countered and then wastelanding us, then we're in like a bit of trouble. Yeah, Kaius, the fact they've already lost 1 Volk makes it really appealing. Just like the idea of cutting them off a colour of mana eventually, forever. Really exciting. Alright, we got rid of a true name. That's absurd. That's so good for us. Getting rid of a true name is big game. Cool, that game was abrupt. We just like kept slamming threats. If they'd had a Delver in play that game, maybe they have a chance turn 1 Delver and get to pressure us, but they just couldn't keep up with our threats. I think Karn is probably better than Thorn. I'm not like 100%, but I'm just gonna keep the Karns in. Like on the draw, I could see Karns not being great. This is an awkward keep. Obviously, it's very soft to days. It's like incredibly soft to days. Alright, they don't have days. Cool. Oh, that's good news. Please no abrade. Make this game easy, please. There's the days they were looking for. Alright. They have a true name this turn. Actually not in the best position. They have like a fast clock then. Oh god. Oh. bridge them in time. It's really awkward. We've got a lot of 4s in our hand right now. This Karn is currently looking bad. I guess a Thorn would be pretty bad here too, though. So, it's about... Oh my god. Alright. Golem Tribal. It sure is. We really needed a painless land there so we could empty 2 cards from our hand in 1 turn. I think we're just dead now. I think we're just dead. I don't really know what draws get us out of this at any rate. I guess we could draw, no, we can't even cast Vault Skirge. Yeah. That was kind of brutal. I mean, we can cast Vault Skirge. We just go to exactly 0 life if we cast Vault Skirge, which seems suboptimal to me. Just like my general impression of the situation. Alright. Alright, the recovery has to be real now. 1 and 2 with Steel Stompy. Shopless shops. Etc. I feel like that matchup should be decent for us, but maybe it isn't. When I played the old Grixis Delver lists with Deathrite Shaman, I was really scared of playing against this deck, but I also had like a favourable win rate against this deck too. Like, a lot of the cards seem really scary, and then you just, like, wasteland them a couple times, and they never actually get to cast anything. Okay. I would like to go first. Sun doesn't do anything. I guess it wastelands our opponent a lot. Probably doesn't actually beat anything though. Okay. Kind of obliged to keep this. It's not great. I honestly don't know what this hand beats either. It's just like a bunch of ballistas. Like, what deck loses to 2 ballistas on 1? What is this hand's plan, Squirmet? I'm not even convinced that this hand has a plan. Without Steel Overseer, all these creatures are so mopey. I guess I'm keeping though. We have a Soul Land. We're like drawing really live because of that. Soul Lands are like very, very strong. It's not a good plan. The plan is draw Steel Overseer. That's a good plan. I'm on board with that plan. Do we ever want Lodestone Golem? It's not been very good so far, has it? It's just been kind of expensive and clunky. Ooh, Death Shadow. Exciting. Alright. we just ping this down with our Ballista. Move on with our life. Probably don't want to attack them because of Death Shadow being scary. Really want to draw a Chalice here, or even a Thorn would be good. Steel Overseer. Have a 3/3 Ballista, huh. It's interesting, Caius. I'm unsure about that one. I suspect not, but... oh, this is rough. Yeah, just like Snap loses to any removal spell. Which is an awkward place to be. As it happened, the original hand might have been good here. It had like a bunch of Wastelands for their lands. And a bunch of lands to slug through their Wasteland. Alright, I probably just have to try and kill this turn. I can't beat the shadow is the problem, so... alright, ping your shadow. Ping your shadow. Cool. Yep. Another copy of the card we just spent 3 cards to kill. I'm pretty convinced about this. Okay, let's bring in some Ensnaring Bridges. And try and draw more lands. So we want Ensnaring Bridges in the deck 100%. Yeah, I've not been very impressed with it so far this league. It has felt kind of awkward for a bunch of reasons. It's like, the mana base is so... I think the mana base is the most offensive thing. Like, you're only playing 22 lands. 4 of them are City of Traitors that just die to everything. We're only playing 21 lands in the main deck. The Mox Opals aren't consistent, and the Petals are, like, really bad lands, essentially. Like, every time we've drawn a Lotus Petal, I've just wanted it to be another land. Which is an awkward place to be. Also, the Ravagers have felt pretty awkward, too. It feels like the Ravagers are only great when you have a Steel Overseer in play. At which point they're, like, absurd. For sure. Turn 1 Bridge. I'm gonna keep this. Turn 1 Bridge could be problematic for that deck. If they don't have a force here. Yeah, the Ravagers feel very low impact about Overseer, I would agree with that. You really need the pieces to come together for the Ravagers to do much. The Overseers are awesome. But... right, this bridge might win us the game. Not lying. I could Wasteland them, or I could just cast my second bridge here. I guess I just want to Wasteland them. That is not the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in Jactilio. Whatsies, sure. Nice. Are you okay with that? With no land drop from opponent. And we've got a Wasteland to stop like a Ratchet Bomb ever hitting play here. So this game should be pretty in our favour. Lodestone's gonna slow down Ratchet Bomb too. Vintage All-Star / Panther, Marcus. Vintage All-Star. This game's great. I'm a fan of this game. I am deeply enjoying everything that is going on in this game. It's like we're Death Shadow. We need to draw our Death Shadows. We've even got Lotus Petal to cast it, right? And Mox Opal. Just put some shadows in the deck. This is just good, clean living. I guess if I hold this in hand, I get to attack with Factory next turn. Then can play another Factory. Alright. Seems reasonable. You somehow undersold / Panther. You awful person. How could you do that? To a poor little / Panther? It's kind of amusing. Lodestone doesn't actually stop Ratchet Bomb. It's awkward. Also, I was meant to play out the other Factory to pump this Factory, right? Okay, they're taking the trade anyway. Awesome. I almost wonder if I want to put Chalice on 2. It shuts down so much of our deck. But it also shuts down Ratchet Bomb, and I don't know that they have any outs to these other than Bomb. Is that absurd, putting this on 2? It shuts down, like, the vast majority of our deck. But it doesn't shut down Ballista, which is the only card that really matters. It's a little absurd. I think I like it. I think putting this on 2 means they cannot answer bridge. I think this puts them on 0 outs, if their list is even remotely normal. Opponent agrees. Cool. Glad we're on the same page there. That was a fun interactive game. I enjoyed it. Oh, excuse me. Opponent agrees. Opponent does agree. Is this absurd? Does it? Opponent insta-scoops. Apparently not absurd. It just feels weird when we have like 15 CMC 2 spells and like 4 pseudo CMC 2 spells to do it, but apparently it worked. This hand's a mulligan, alas. This is great. This is just dreamy. Quite dreamy, in fact. Here, this is a strong magic card. Are we running the please don't have Wasteland gambit? I guess so. I guess so. A popular gambit indeed. Oh my god. Don't you dare take our Ensnaring Bridge, thank god. Enabling Bridge with mulligans. You joke. One of the things that always made Lantern really good was, or made mulligans really weird with Lantern, was like, you legitimately wanted to mulligan with Lantern sometimes. Like, against a deck like Affinity, a 6-card hand was often better than a 7, just because all that mattered was getting a bridge in play and getting hellbent by like turn 3. So I'm casting this. It doesn't actually stop anything this turn, it gives them less time. We know they have a Hymn to Turok in hand is the problem. So we need to get this in play before they can hymn us. Even if we're running this into a daze this way. Fuck. Well, that's probably game over. That's problematic for us, losing our Ensnaring Bridge. Can still draw Ballista to kill Aberration. Or another bridge. Just draw another bridge. I'll try my best. I'll certainly try my best. Would like another bridge. Can confirm. I'm not very good at that. I'm not very good at that. Loady boy, I guess. I guess. Don't know that it does very much. Other than, like, knock a turn off their clock. Oh, you like playing Factory so we can attack? No, you're correct. We should have played Factory. I agree, Injectilio. 100%. You're very correct about the Factory. Since then we can threaten to start attacking with it, potentially. Okay, so I can't activate this Ancient Tomb ever again. So I guess what I'm doing is this. Yeah, we can't play Thorn because Bridge is one of our best outs. Ballista's also a pretty good out. We draw a Ballista, we cast it on X equals 1, make it a 2/2. Move counters across with Ravager, get to kill Aberration. And then, like, might even be favorites. So 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can only put them to 5 because they've been keeping their life total high. That's quite great. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it's only 9 even. Alright. That's a bit sad. I'm increasingly unconvinced about this deck. It looks so fun. George is going to be so upset as well that I'm gonna play out the 5th match. I kind of want to play one more match of this before packing it away. George is going to be so upset with me that I finally play Steel Stompy on stream and he's not around for it. He will be livid. Alright. Should have played Tezzerator, apparently. Tezzerator was sweet. Tezzerator feels a lot more coherent. I think that's like the awkward thing about this deck. It just feels very incoherent in what it's trying to do. You've got like... I don't know. A lot of the cards just don't gel well with each other, you know? Like, we had a Ravager and an Overseer in play that game, and we still weren't really accomplishing very much. Also, you get to play Tezzeret. Tezzeret is sweet. I love Tezzeret. I'm still amazed we 4-1'd with that Tezzeret deck. Alright, we'll be on the play. And this doesn't do anything. This hand also doesn't do anything. We make like a small ballista and can try and like pump it up with the Ravager, but I mean, if we find the second land, this hand does do stuff. So I guess I keep this. Alright, that's a land. Like, this has Overseer plus Ballista. Maybe it can accomplish something. Overseer plus Ballista against Glistener Elf is nice. I could play the Ballista to try and not die here. I think I'm more likely to win the game if I get the Overseer in play first, though. I think just cashing in our Ballista already is not a way to win the game. It's a way to, like, not lose, but we don't win the game that way. They just play another threat, and we die to the other threat. Or they play an Invigorate and save the Glistener Elf or whatever. So if they kill us, they kill us. I'm at peace with that. Cool. Clean 10 Infect on turn 2. Very clean. Alright. So we want removal, we want bridges. Jitte's decent too. The Revokers do nothing. Jim Davis with the massive host. Jeez. Welcome to everyone joining us. We're playing some Legacy at the moment. At the moment we're playing some of this Steel Stompy, which has not been going great. I think I'm planning after this league to play some more Grixis Delver before I head off for the evening. Hey there, Jim. Good to see you. Yeah, Golem seems kind of rough against them. It seems a bit slow. I think I agree. Although Karn's also kind of slow. Guess something like this. But yeah, welcome to everyone joining us. Thanks to the big host, Jim. So yeah, once we finish this matchup, I'm going to be firing up some Grixis Starver, because that deck was a lot of fun earlier. Although we had a couple weird leagues, we were just facing like Monotron. It's very strange. Oh, sorry, Monostorm, rather, which is very strange. We faced Storm like 4 times in 2 leagues. Monotron would be, Monotron and Legacy would be the strangest thing. I don't know, I know, a while back Jeff Hoogland was messing around with Legacy Tron and was actually, like, going 3 and 2 with it a bunch. So I don't know. It's one of those things I've always wanted to toy around with, but, like, I feel like I'd probably be burning money if I was to do that. Alright, let's go first here. Okay. This is good. Chalice on the play. They also don't have, they only normally have like 1 Wasteland in their 75 as like a crop rot target. So the city is pretty likely to survive. Ballista's also great against them too. Against Infect. So this hand seems very strong. Even just like cast two Chalices to play around Dissenter's Deliverance as our opener. How do I feel about this? I don't think I'm in for a Ravager. It's like pretty nice with the Ballista, but I think we can do better. I'm looking for like a Steel Overseer or something like that, I feel like. Alright. Let's run out this Chalice. Didn't eat a Force. Okay, that's great news. They could have Dissenter's Deliverance for it, but I'm probably just gonna... Yeah, I could get down this Ballista, but I think I just want to run out another Chalice for one. So that if they draw Dissenter's Deliverance, they can't kill all the Chalices. And then next turn... I guess if they Dissenter's Deliverance, it uses up their whole turn, right? So we still just get to untap and play the other one. Right, that's the argument for getting Ballista down. I'm sold. Just like get this down first, start like attacking for a tiny bit. Keeps us insulated a bit more against Blighted Agent, because we can ping plus Wail if need be. Or they could just not have a second land. That could also happen. Alright, I'm already done. That's fine. We have to start building our mana up at some point. And get this bridge down. Basically means we don't have to use up the Lotus Petal to get a bridge down, right? It's like fine. Jeez, opponent must have kept like a hand that's really leaning on on Noble Hierarchs. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Just like Hierarchs not doing anything in the face of the Chalice. We have a Ghost Court of the Ink Moth too. 2. 2 Do I do modern as well? I've mainly been doing modern as of late, especially with the modern GP this weekend. I've also just really been enjoying modern at the moment. I think modern's quite healthy currently. I'm probably doing some modern tomorrow. I think I'm planning on my stream tomorrow being modern, just as like a final batch of preparation for the GP. I'm probably playing Tron at the GP. I've been really liking Tron's positioning at the moment. So I might play some Tron and maybe some other deck tomorrow. Maybe some Bant Spirits. Bant Spirits has been great. I've been like very impressed with Bant Spirits. Alright, slowest clock ever, but we're getting there. Am I going to be... That's a good question. Assassin's Trophy is a hell of a Magic card. You're not wrong. Assassin's Trophy is very scary. I think Tron's still going to be very good, though. I think, like, more Assassin's Trophies just means, like, probably less Fulminator mages, you know, and it ends up balancing out more or less. Hey there, Chantal. Steel Stompy has not been going great. I'm not gonna lie. Been enjoying it, but has not been going optimally. What have we faced? We faced 2 Death Shadow decks, and I think 2 Delver decks. Oh no, we faced Death and Taxes, 2 Death Shadow decks, and a Delver deck. We ended up beating the first Shadow deck, just due to like Chalices and Bridges and stuff. But then the other 3 decks are all fairly tough for us. I think, so part of what's not being convinced, so I think the Prison element of the deck is great. Just because Chalice of the Void and Ensnaring Bridge are just really powerful decks in Legacy. Really powerful cards in Legacy. Just like whole decks that are just like blanked by them. So those cards have been really impressive to me. The problem is that the creature package is just like really mopey. It looks like the creature package should be really synergistic and should like they should support each other really well, because you've got like Ravager and Walking Ballista and Revoker and stuff, just like all these artifact creatures that work together. So it looks like they should work together, but in practice it just hasn't been working out. It all just feels like a bit slow for Legacy. And like, if your opponent interacts with you a lot of the time, the cards just don't end up doing enough to. That's because you need Falias. I've seen, what is it? I've seen White Eldrazi lists in Legacy that like aren't the worst. And Soldiers. Okay, that was where you were going. I'm being derpy. Soldiers. Yeah, Soldiers just like... Soldiers makes a lot more sense to me, too. Like, part of the problem is all these creatures are just, like, standalone, pretty unimpressive. Other than, like, maybe Ballista. Like, everything else is pretty unimpressive on its own. So you have to assemble, like, 2 or 3 creatures to start getting something going. That's really hard to do. The other thing we've been, like, struggling with is we have, like, our mana base is really awkward. So, like, these Lotus Petals disappear quickly, these Mox Opals are inconsistent. The City of Traitors can, like, end up disappearing quickly. So you end up in this situation where, like, the deck feels like it just wants more lands. It almost feels like the Lotus Petals should just be, like, more lands, to me. So you can consistently hit your land drops and actually, like, build up some mana to, like, pump your Walking Ballistas and stuff. Lots of Boros Soldiers in Guilds of Ravnica. Is it time for Soldier Stompy to overtake the meta? You think it needs workshops? That's the real thing it needs, Caius. That's the real thing it needs. Guess we're keeping this. It's not great. but it's kind of hard to send it back. Do we want this land? Guess we do. It's really awkward. It's really awkward because we have to use like the petal to get down the bridge at some point. Then we have to like start building up our mana whilst like emptying our hand. I'm probably playing Fawn turn 1. Oh no, Fawn means we can't. This deck is so awkward. Alright, I'm going to keep this on top. We need opponent to have a slow draw here. If opponent has a slow draw though, the bridges should lock them out of the game. If they have like a turn 3 or 4 kill, maybe we have a chance. I feel like it's rough against Grixis control and blue-black Death Shadow. I could see Soldier Stompy really struggling against Death Shadow. That seems like actually quite scary for the deck. So for the bridges to be good, you have to get your hand completely empty against them. So I guess there's no point running out a bridge quite yet. We can just lead on Overseer and start building this up. Get like a decent blocker for a Glistener Elf. I don't know, I still feel like Eldrazi Stompy is just like clearly the best Stompy deck. A big part of what it has going for it that the other Stompy decks don't is that all the threats are just like standalone impressive, which is really exciting. I was wondering about the Fawn. Fawn is like kind of appealing there. My worry is that like it makes getting these bridges down really hard. It makes the bridges cost 4 mana. But it also slows down their cantrips and maybe like makes their hand a bit clunky to buy us time. So I was really unsure on that one. Getting the Overseer down is also nice because it makes Ballista like a terrifying draw for them. Like now if we draw a Ballista we could like actually just outright win the game on the back of it, which is appealing. Like I was saying, alright, so I lead with Fawn to get any counter magic out of their hand, and then I cast the Ballista. I believe is how I do this. Don't we all, Red Hand? Don't we all? So now if they have a force, they have to use it now. Or they have to like hold it for like later turns, but they don't get to use it on anything else this turn. This deck is quite awkward. Imagine if, I guess the Lotus Petal as a land would actually be worse in this one specific scenario. This opener's being like kind of weird. Alright, there goes the force. Deal. So now we need to play this out so we can get Ballista down. Please, no days. Thank God. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and just ping this now to get a pump spell out their hand. They're gonna get an Exalted trigger when they attack, so we don't actually get to ping it on their turn. Awesome. Alright, we can now win the game on the back of this Ballista. We might have a chance. Next 3 months, Goldfishing Tinfin's depths. That deck is a treat, Chantal. Also, didn't Matt Nass get like really deep into the GP with it? He was actually like doing holy shit. Alright. That's a Croson Grip. Apparently this game's gonna continue. So that's nice. That's a good draw too. Guess that qualifies as a good draw. I can start getting these bridges down. They can still attack with Noble Hierarch, but we're going to have a massive freaking Overseer to block it forever. How do they win with Hierarch beats? We've got a 3/3. Who's ever beaten a Centaur Courser? Have you ever seen someone beat a Centaur Courser? I kind of want to hold this. We have like 4 drops in our deck. I can use this as like a kind of Lotus Petal of the city if need be later to sneak down a 4-drop and keep our bridge in play. Oh, Berserk. Berserk is scary, for sure. Oh, am I really dumb? Does this mean that this gets to attack me now? Huh. So if I draw another land, I die to this. Okay. But if I draw a 4-drop and I'd played this, I die. So it's like kind of immaterial. There are things that leave us dead regardless. It's definitely awkward, though. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Sack the city. So we just need to draw lands so that we can cast 4-drops and not die to this Blighted Agent ever. Yeah, we now need to draw lands for the next couple turns. Or at least before we draw a Lodestone Golem. How many Lodestone Golems did we board out? Only the 1? So we've got 4 cards in the deck that probably kill us. Because we have another bridge and we have 2 Lodestone Golems that just kill us if we draw them. I guess I just want to grow everything so I can block Hierarchs really well if I can keep these bridges in play. It's not bad. In that we don't die to it. It's mainly not bad because we don't die to it. We may have 1 turn's grace, that's true. They might not have the pump spells quite yet. Holy shit. Sylvan Library. Interesting. I think I want to try and gain life on this Vault Skirge attack next turn, so I'm not going to pump here. I leave myself in a risky position against Hierarch. But it also means I get to, like, deny them some life for Sylvan Library, which is kind of nice. That's also interesting. That might change things. So now I just attack with Vault Skirge for 1 and cast my Jitte, right? Because next turn I can get an Jitte attack if they don't remove it. And get some counters stored up to try and answer the agent. This game is kind of tense. This game is kind of tense. We're certainly not out of the woods. Any removal kills us? Why does any removal kill us, Caius? Hey there, Alex. Oh, so we need a land, not die. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, you kind of need to draw land at some point soon anyway. So I don't think that changes the equation too much. That's just great. Alright, let's equip the Vault Skirge. And then the Jitte can start threatening to kill the Blighted Agent, since it's the one we can't really deal with very easily. Jitte is quite good against, in fact. You're not wrong, Alex. You're not wrong. I just want to do this now. It like eats through a pump spell from their hand, right? Every turn we eat one pump spell from their hand until the Blighted Agent dies. Oh, opponent can Pendelhaven Scourge. That's a good point. I mean, it's not a very obvious way to use this, but that's really, really cute. Would be really powerful there. Just Pendelhaven Scourge to stop it ever hitting. I guess people just don't think to Pendelhaven opposing creatures. I probably wouldn't see it if I was the opponent, if I'm being honest. It's not exactly an obvious line. This game's looking good for us at the moment. So Vault Skirge is trying his hardest. Jitte also a combo with Bridge. Oh my god. That's a good point. Maybe I wasn't meant to use up counters yet, because once I have 4 counters on this, I get to override Pendelhaven 3 times rather than 1. And keeping the counters on this would also keep this would also allow this to sneak underneath the bridge if they Pendelhaven it. If they see the Pendelhaven line, we just don't win, right? I mean, we can win. We can draw like a Ballista or something. I mean, they also need to answer 2 bridges at the moment, Caius, which is really tough. Getting through 2 bridges is hard work. Like, they're already through 1 piece of artifact removal. They only have so many pieces in their deck. Like, maybe 3 pieces, maybe 4. Alright. I would like to attack with my Vault Skirge. Interesting. Is this Dissenter's Deliverance? Huh. Okay. I'm still going to peck across for 1 every turn. This isn't the end of the world. We draw a 3+ cost card, we lose. I know. I am well aware. We have, how many cards do we have in our deck that kill us at the moment? We have 3 Lodestone Golems and 1 Ensnaring Bridge that kill us. So we're like 8% every turn to lose the game until we draw another land, which is exciting. Oh wait, yeah, Bridge doesn't kill us anymore. So we're like 6% to lose the game every turn, because it's only Lodestones that get us. Alright, that's an amazing draw. That is such a ridiculously good draw. I boarded out the Karns because they're expensive. I think I boarded out both. Yeah, both the Karns are on the board because of the Ensnaring Bridges, making them kind of awkward. We actually have a 6-turn clock here because on the final turn the Overseers get to pump the Vault Skirge. I will blow up the Pendlehaven once my opponent sees the play, but I'm gonna wait on it until then. It like buys them a turn, but I think it's worth waiting. Especially like I'm not in love with giving them a reshuffle with their Sylvan Library in play. Like they're probably looking to shuffle away whatever's on top from the Sylvan Library, so at least by this point they haven't shuffled in quite a while. So I think I'm just going to wait on the Ghost Quarter for that reason. Yeah, also until I want to wait so I don't die to Lodestone Golem. That's correct, Injectilio. Good point. That's the most important thing. Since that was the easiest way we lost this game. By a wide margin. How long until these Noble Hierarchs start swinging? Once they force us to start pumping the Overseers to like block Hierarchs decently, then our Vault Skirge can no longer attack. Which is kind of something for them. Okay, I guess we could conceivably die to drawing a whole bunch of Thorn of Amethysts. And then an Ensnaring Bridge. You conceivably lose the game that way. Having the Thorn in play is kind of nice there. It stops them from, makes the pump spells much more awkward for them. Makes it harder for them to, like, one-shot us with Berserk on a Hierarch. There is a legitimate argument to just, start pumping Overseers now and accept our Vault Skirge can't attack due to like fear of them berserking a Hierarch, but I think I'd rather keep my clock going. Okay, now they can block the Vault Skirge. I guess we do that. I can Ghost Quarter this, but I don't think I want to. I think I'd rather just wait to draw a Ballista. Yeah, now I'm just going to start growing our creatures so that we don't get berserked out of the game. I don't think the Vault Skirge can attack anymore because of the Ink Moth. I don't think it can afford to spew a Ghost Quarter on an Ink Moth. So I'm just going to start growing our team. If we draw a Wasteland, we feel dumb, but it is what it is. Alright. So we're looking for Ballista, basically. If we draw a Ballista, this game ends. If we draw a Ravager, we can maybe end it. It's kind of scary to try and end the game with Ravager, though. At the very least, drawing a Ravager makes the Ballista kill quicker. Once we draw Ballista. Full 4 Hierarchs. Alright. I like it. This game has gotten weird. What's the betting opponent times out before we can kill them? This is supposed to be the lowest an Infect player's clock has ever been. You're not wrong. Alright, kind of punished. We drew a Wasteland. So, like, the Vault Skirge could now be swinging and we'd still have, like... Yeah. Oh well, this is fine. I think we're still comfortably ahead here. They only need 2 pieces of artifact removal to be in this game, but I need hardened scales here. Oh my god. Alright, they found the fetch for Sylvan, so they get to reset their Sylvan library here. Start digging for new material. This is one of those games where in paper the Steel Stompy player is just in complete hell right now. Just like, I guess I'll dig out my 3rd dice to put on this Steel Overseer. Vraska's been spoiled. Does Vraska look good, Marcus? I hope so. Ooh, that's a good one. Put it on 1 here. 2 black, green, 4 loyalty. It's nice to have a cheap Vraska. Chalice on 3 for Corruptor, that's legit. We can't actually cast Chalice on 3 though. We're a 1 mana short cast. So I thought I'd just like shut down their cantrips instead. Alright, getting a Force out of their hand is amazing for us. Since we need Ballista to resolve if we ever draw it. Oh, that sounds kind of awesome, Marcus. The +1 is weird. The +1 is very odd. They pitched Daze. Understandably. Oh, it's +2, so you get lots of loyalty out the deal at least. That's kind of interesting. There's something sweet about killing your opponent with Chain Walker and Vraska Emblem. Oh my god. I'm not convinced this game is ever going to end. Yield until end step. Not convinced this game is ever going to end. I mean, if I draw a Ballista, they just die. But it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. Alright. Keep on trucking. Get out our 4th dice for our Steel Overseer. Nice. Found a win con. We can now try and get rid of that Ink Moth so we can start attacking. This board state is dumb, Airplane. It is. We found a 1/1. What more could we want? It even is like a super fast clock because on the final turn we triple pump it with Overseers. I'm fairly sure you're correct, Nucleo. I'm fairly sure you're correct. super fast clock. Hey, 4 turns is fast in this 17-turn game, okay? 4 turns is lightning speed. Incoming Vines of Vastwood. I'm not killing the Pendelhaven, because I'm assuming they're just not going to see the Pendelhaven line, based on previous history. If they see the Pendelhaven line, then we'll reassess and kill the Pendelhaven next turn. But they did not see the Pendelhaven line earlier, so I'm just going to assume they're not going to see it, for the sake of keeping my Ghost Quarter around for a future Ink Moth. Pendelhaven can pump Vault Skirge to stop it from being able to attack through a bridge. Airplane, because it makes it 2 power, and then the bridge stops it. Yeah, it's really weird. I didn't see it until someone in chat pointed it out, and it's like, oh my god, how is that real? Reading your cards, quite powerful, in fact. Quite powerful. Alright, they're dead next turn. I like that. Hangarback Walker awkward against the Infect deck. Maybe they know all about the Pendelhaven, but they just want the game to end. So they're like, sure, I guess I'll take a damage. Try and get this game over. We are 5 minutes ahead. Well, that's interesting, Alex. Maybe I don't... Oh, is it because the counters haven't cancelled out yet, right? That's why it happens? That makes sense. Oh, they named Steel Overseer to stop themselves dying this turn, huh? Oh, I'm gonna kill Pendelhaven anyway. This turn. Hangarback beats Infect is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. How is that real? That is the opposite of everything I would assume. Right, we get to attack with Hangarback anyway, because if they block it, we get a 1/1 flare, which sounds great. So, they're still on like a 3-turn clock here, instead of 4 turns as a result of that. I guess they could jump with Hierarchs. That's a good draw. Yeah, it makes complete sense once you hear it nuclear, for sure. It's just, like, once you think about it, it's like, yes, that is how the rules work. But it's like a really stupid way for the rules to work. This is game 3. This is the first true Ensnaring Bridge game we've had. Up until now, people have just, like, scooped, because they know they're hard-locked. But this game was not quite hard-locked, for various reasons. We have left this circle of hell. Okay. I'm going to play more Grixis Delver. We had a bit more success with that deck.